Okay, so let's just take a look then at one of these ideas here, right? One of these quotes. So, for example, if we look at the first one, just to take the first one that's there, okay? So it reads as, "What then is truth? The movable host of metaphors, metomonies, and anthropomorphisms. In short, a sum of human relations which have been poetically and rhetorically intensified, blah, blah, blah. Truths are illusion which we have forgotten are illusions. They are metaphors that have become worn out and have been drained of sensuous force. Coins which have lost their embossing are now considered as metal and no longer as coins." Okay? So, what do we do with this, right? So, when you're looking at a quote, you're looking at it out of context, right? You don't have the text to work with in order to help you to understand what's going on in the quote. So, you really have to just, examine the quote closely, right? And really pay attention to both the words, the content, as well as the form, okay? How it's being, expressed, right? So the first thing you always ask is, okay, it's like, what's it saying? What is the problem that it's looking at? Well, this quote makes it easy, right? Because it says that right at the very beginning. What then is truth, right? So it's problematizing this idea of truth, right? And so that's when you have to sort of, do your own legwork and say, okay, well, what is the problem of truth? Okay. Um, what is a way of looking at truth as a type of problem, right? And this is the key thing to do in anything analysis. You have to turn something into a problem or a question in order to investigate it. So, how is truth a problem? A lot of people might say, well, I don't see truth as being a problem, okay? But um, everything can be problematized. Everything has to be problematized in order to have a discussion about it. Okay, so how is truth a problem? And then the writer goes into an explanation here, and so he uses these big words, metaphors and metomonies. You might need to look that up. Anthropomorphisms, right? So standard sort of intellectual discourse there, right? So what's he meaning with those words, right? And then what is the conclusion? So he's saying truth is he's making a statement is truth is based on these things and not what most other people believe that they're based on, and therefore you know based on that he's pointing something out that people aren't really looking at, and then drawing a conclusion from that. Okay, so that's sort of in general what you want to do with the first movement of quotation analysis.